My bad. All right. So, and this is again, now we have to really be on this hourly time frame, and I'm just going to make a couple of statements here. Yeah, this is basically an entire day's move, and it's Friday. So, I would assume that maybe at the bell, right, there's going to be an opportunity to trade, but I do feel, and this is only a feeling, right? We can react to things that are real in front of us in order to make sure that we're making good decisions. But there is a possibility that we get trapped in this area. So again, take a second. It's not yesterday. We could definitely see a little bit more, but it is obviously a average day move that we've gotten now. So we need to obviously keep that in mind. Now, this is where I have to start flipping the charts. Period. End of story. Flipping the charts. Do you think they will manipulate the market up today? Well, I don't think it's manipulation, man. I think it's just how the market works. I mean, you hit a low, you're gonna bounce. Um, I have what, and it's not a perfect box, by a long shot, but it could be representative, via points of contact as the range. So I am looking at a potential 568 remaining target if you have any runners on the queues going down. Okay. Oh, damn, you were at the Grand Canyon yesterday? Yeah, gotta get that Starlink. Uh, will there be a possibility be will there possibly be a ground invasion on Iran? What time do I usually wake up? Starboy? I wake up at 6 o'clock, 6:30, sometimes 5:30, depending. Peyton wakes up at 5:30, because of makeup and stuff. But yeah, I wake up, but I also have kids, Starboy, so kind of gotta more than one thing. All right, but anyway, so that's my plan. And again, this is that rounded bottom finally moving up and grabbing hold of structure. So I think we're in a good boat. So, hey, did you put in on Vidor? The fuck does that mean? All right, let's look at the IWM today. All right, Starboy, hit me up, bro. Beach chair. All right. What is today? Yeah, man. All right, now IWM. Now, this did, last night. I kind of gave a prediction that we would likely be somewhere or nearing that 245 floor, and we are grazing. We did tap near that. My hope is that obviously we'll see that low actualized at 244.65 here this morning. However, you are sitting on the bottom of the screen candle, so profit taking is never a bad idea in this area. I do imagine they would likely wick it down to 244.65 before they pop it back up. Make sure you have your empty space marked out above you if you are short. And again, we're always looking for structure that needs to be reclaimed. And as you move to the 15-minute, and you can do this on the cues as well, right? You can already see, right there at that 260, 246.70, that price would likely be able to retrace. There is empty space and a gap up there. But of course, we'll see how price moves. A lot of you guys are going to be taking profit. I know some of you guys went short. Again, risky for the biscuit. The biscuit batter was pretty warm yesterday. So actually, I think you need cold biscuit batter, not warm. So that analogy just fell apart. Shit. All right. Spy is also obviously at a new low here this morning. Not as low as the Qs, which pretty sweet. Because there could be again a little bit more continuation. However, levels, right? The levels to the downside that we're currently underneath. So retest levels is 645. Now this is where it kind of falls apart, where we don't have much else, right? We really don't. And so I'm going to be doing this. this level in particular at 641.35 has been a relatively strong level, obviously, to bounce at. So well, now that we've identified this, we can go and look at what is next. So take a look at this range, right? Go to the 2 hour. Yeah, I'm ready to take some profit, dude. Yeah, we'll talk about Tesla here in a second. All right, so for SPY, maybe move that down here, but this is all empty space. So the way that I usually deal with this is I'll encapsulate it just like that, and I'll move over to the 30-minute. And again, just verify that what I'm seeing is correct. Okay, so 640 on SPY is going to be that intraday level here today. Now, if price continues moving to the downside, I would say 639, 639.98 would be a target that you could look for. Again, with major legs down or big legs happening overnight, it is always possible that a lot of these levels will get retested and potentially bounce. Not calling for any sort of full reversal, but bounce trading could be a factor here this morning as well. Now, moving up to the 15-minute, again, mark out your... Everybody should be doing this. If you are day trading ever, you have to be doing this. This is the most important time to be marking out your levels. So I don't see any grandiose opportunity to the upside other than maybe a 644 retest. And again, this is structure that we can move through for sure. Again, as a swing trader, I'm mostly looking to get out, and then, we'll see if there's any continuation off of those runners. If there is a reversal, again, lower time frame is definitely going to be your friend here this morning, as it does reveal better structure. So look at 642.64 this morning to shoot pop back up to 643.63 and maybe get that 644.30 retest done. So Trump put fading as market uncertainty bias. What are you talking about? Why did they put in parentheses Trump put in quotation? Sorry. Trump put fading as market uncertainty rises. Barclay says markets are losing confidence in Trump's support and constant policy reversals and headline fatigue. While shifting headlines around Iran briefly shook out bonds, equities, investors still expect gains, possibly underpricing the risk of prolonged conflict. Okay. Thank you. Oof. Yeah, Trump's tweets are losing their traction. People actually want to probably see the fucking negotiations happening damn near at this point. So you can barely hear me on TikTok. Really? Mic check. Mic check. Yeah, I guess it's a little low. How about now? Is that better? A little better, maybe? Yeah. All right. So, does anybody have any questions on the ETFs this morning? Anybody planning on doing anything? If you do, now's your time. Oh, I don't know. Then, yeah, I mean, the volume should be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's up there. The decibels are up there. Potter QQQ people want to know if Michael/Ryan type if I have Michael/Ryan type feelings for Jorge, the avocado Mexi boy. Yo, what? Jorge, where you at, dog? That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, have you watched The Office? Somebody on TikTok said that shit, dude. I think that's probably Astro. Oh, good. Okay. Dude, Michael's relationship with Ryan is so funny. Fucking gets a mustache. I don't know. I've been feeling that watching you for 6 months now, and I see it. Nah, don't say that. I don't need like some grand observation. Now I'm mad. All right. So all three ETFs, they're there. What's the price on the bottom green line? I can't see it. Can I make that text a little bit bigger? Give me a second. There it is. There. Now can you see it? I don't think it fits. What are you talking about, egg roll? I think it does. You had an older hour-long video on YouTube. Is it going? I wanted to show my son Old Town Tumblers. I'll be getting that done. I'm sorry, guys. I've had a really busy week. Kids, birthday parties, animals. So I'll be on that. Luckily, there's no more birthdays until my son's birthday in June. So, all right. Have you ever dreamt of touching? All right, just in time. All right, you're done. All right, so let's take a look at my old friend Tesla here, which is approaching at least not a new low, but it is approaching that channel here. And of course, yes, I am considering the fact of, or rather, I'm considering the possibility that there could be a bounce here. Um, it has not made a new low. One of the levels that was particularly important to me was this one, and I do believe that will be touched down today. You could look to try to take a potential bounce off of that. Please be careful. But that is my TP level here this morning. I will be leaving runners, and I will probably trade it the other way. If debatable, honestly, this is just such trap. This is what I mean by doo-doo empty space, right? It is there. There is empty space, but lots of retest occurred, which makes price action move that much slower. Don't get there. Don't go there now. Don't go there now. Wait for me. Wait for me so I can sell my contract to somebody at 367.75. I know, Astro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Astro. I'll give you one of my puts if you want. If you are planning on bouncing it, one of your first areas of contention, obviously upon a bounce, would be the first floor up here. So bounce trade at that 367, scalpers. And then, of course, any sort of continuation would only happen through a punch over the 369.88 and up into the 371.62s. Praying for a bounce on Tesla and AMD. Holy shit, yesterday's close. Yeah. Let's see here. We've got new U.S. intelligence shows about 1/3 of Iran's missiles destroyed in the U.S. strikes with certainty. 5 sources tell Reuters. U.S. intelligence says another third of Iran's missiles likely damaged, destroyed, or buried underground by strikes since February. Oh, damn. There's a documentary that's illegal to watch in Israel. Interesting. All right. Oh my God, dude. All right. So this is my day. I'm going to be focused on removing profit out of IWM and the Qs, as well as Tesla. Hold on a second. All right. Now, yesterday I took out a put on UNH. I'm not sure it's going to hold. It did not make a new low with the rest of the market. That doesn't mean it cannot, but unfortunately, this, and I know some of you guys are in here are like, fuck yeah, I hope it does bounce. Well, you might get what you want above 268.80. But I am kind of looking at a potential for price to try to waterfall. I do think it's important that we established a candle underneath this, so it is outside of the box. So possibly be looking for a 265.50 new low on UNH. Again, not it is empty space on a higher time frame, but definitely not on this hourly. So that's the only thing that we have to move through today, and at that point, we could be looking at a very, very nice new low. All right. Why do I feel like they're doing war in Iran to increase the value of a failing dollar? Uh, well, there's a lot of different things that are. Oh, dude, I just saw the Cash Patel Epstein file. What was it? The hearing that he did, and they released the transcripts from it, and they redacted every single line, every single piece of evidence. And the only thing on this like 50-page report was him saying that he invokes his Fifth Amendment right. That was the only thing that was unredacted. Diabolical. I think this will be the biggest cover up in probably American history for sure. But Treasury 30% yield rises to 4.986%, highest since September. Interesting. All right. Dude, people are commenting on my page and then diabolical. All right. Yeah, it's wild. I did. I posted the video. Potter, will you meow centrally for us? How about let's make some money first, and then maybe we could talk about doing weird shit. All right. If you have anything you want me to take a look at this morning, please drop your request. Let me know which direction you're looking at it in, and we'll see what we can do. Let's take a look at your chart here. And you're saying, okay, gap up, looking for 215 and then 220. Okay, good targets. Let's see. That might be just a hair off. No, it's basically right there. I like the gap up. I like the gap up. This music sounds like Hobbit soundtrack. This is my morning jacket. Hey, do you know that the meek? Hold on one second. All right. So yes, you are correct. There was a gap up for sure. And was it to or on? It looks like it was on that floor. So you're good there. And then obviously with your imbalance being right around that 214 area, that would be naturally your first target, but it would be nice to see a quick gap fill perhaps in order to make that happen. Um, but yeah, you do have everything that you need. Obviously, it's just reliant on a break above pre-market highs at 211.84. So good setup. If it goes first without retesting, that's when I get a little scared, a little scared. Ooh, that's definitely yeah, that looks good, dude. Holy shit. Hey, holy shit. That looks good. Does this make sense without me having to explain it? Especially those of you guys who just took the workshop. It should pop off the screen to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, we need to have a talk. Okay. I thought what you would have said that it didn't make sense just so we could talk, but that's all right. I guess you don't want to talk. That's fine. That's fine. No. And then we talk. This guy's got his priorities straight. Um, yeah, it looks good. Obviously with empty space to the downside. You tell newbies like me to stay away from scalps. It is generally a good practice to not be hopping back and forth between how you trade. Generally, and I am speaking from experience, every time I tried to switch it up when I was just getting, I mean, like, you're a fresh baby deer, dude, and your legs are shaky, you don't quite know, and once you finally get to running, or get to moving, you're trying to, like, dash across a busy road. Like, that shit ain't gonna work if you're damn, that was a good analogy. But you have to get good at one thing, build an understanding, and while you're doing the slower version of trading, and again, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you what worked for me. Doing the slower version of trading um, opened up the possibility of day trading. And then day trading, I would, it literally worked like that. I would day trade against my swings, knowing that there was a possibility that it could go against me. So I'll trade it to the other direction. And I would do it with, like, two contracts against maybe like my three contracts. Um, and that ended up turning into, well, I see a scalping possibility here, or I know there's going to be a retest through this empty space, so I'm going to scalp the empty space, and that way, when it hits that retest mark, I have the liberty to make a good decision. And now, yes, I can hop in between them. But all right, so to break this down, lots of consolidation. I would assume probably on the weekly. So if you look at this from a weekly perspective, it looks fucking delightful. One of the main areas, obviously, or really, it's just a matter of candles actually closing outside of the box, going up higher, and then getting slapped back down. The target seems like a very crisp 120, 119. Now there is obviously more, like down to 108, but the first target here with a candle open, or rather close, because this is an open up on the floor that it has already lost to the floor. Um, but that's where, yeah, you're going to be looking for that next leg down. I see 121, 120, 119 as targets to the downside, with the possibility of leaving runners into the 111s. So, and you know what? Again, that's short sighted, because theoretically you could be looking at, with a setup like this, you could be looking at taking it, most, if not all, of the way down. So, not all the way. I don't mean like bankruptcy, but like, even if you're just looking at it like that, somewhere in here or on that trend line. But when we are actually losing a floor and price breaks below for a moment but then retraces back, how do we avoid that? Generally, there is always something going to be underneath you. And so when you have some setup like this, right, it is important that you're doing top-down analysis, because it's these small, so this small structure. You see prices sitting right now. Price is sitting right there on that wick and that body. That's all structural, right? And so when you have a 24-hour major structure that's losing, these levels can serve as retest levels. And that's generally where you want to, if you miss that entry at the floor, then you would want to obviously take that trade off of a retest, or maybe another breakdown. Now there is empty space, I will warn you of that. And to your point, right there, if price ended up pulling itself back up, then we could see that empty space filled up before we see that next leg down. So, all right, it's 9:14. But I mean, a lot of the times, taking that trade, just before the break, or on a lower time frame structure going into the break, like, these things can help circumvent those, whips down. But generally, a good solid candle close at the floor or underneath the floor is always going to be the best continuation signal. So, so your targets for taking profits are in the middle, or is that the target for getting in the middle? The middle of an area of consolidation is considered cost basis for me. And that's a signal in terms of going up or down, so, um, and that's only if you're moving through it. For example, this was a punchback that occurred ages ago, but when price moves through the 50% mark, we're guaranteed a new high. Now, something like Bloom Energy, and knowing that it's obviously a higher time frame breakout, it's going to take its time, but it did punch through, did make a new high. So taking your box and splitting it in half, when that trigger fires, yes, I am on YouTube yet. All right. Let's see here. Hood to the downside. Yeah, I like Hood to the downside. I think we talked about this one. It is getting incredibly close to its first target. So listen, play with it if you want to, but that's 66.93. Um, yes, there is more continuation to the downside, but that would be subject, or yeah, that would be more or less through the break through $65. But it does, if you swung it, great. If you are looking to get in, we want to see how price responds to 67. I have not looked at Meta, and I do not think that I'm going to. I would not try to create a trade plan on that. As hard as it's fallen, I can't. It's the contracts are going to be out of this fucking world. I would rather try to bounce something like that, But I'll take a look at it here in a second. Kava to the downside. Okay, I see what you're doing here. So you're looking at a lower time frame punch down through that box, which you are sitting at cost basis, which has empty space, leading down to where we actually took this trade a long time ago, I believe. Is it the same area? Maybe not. 70.50. Yeah, I think that looks good. I think it's especially great that you're kind of closed underneath that. Obviously, today is where we're gonna find out. Yeah, so I like it to 72.60. AMD sweep then fall. Ooh, yeah. That's getting awful close to a breakdown. So one of the significant things here you can go ahead and mark out is that you are under 205, and that is where sellers have been notoriously controlling the price. Now, in terms of boxes and just cleanliness here, I can I can only I don't really like giving it the whole range because it just doesn't have the complete taps. But I do see this 199.45 or 199.50 as an incredibly level to hit. Basically 200, 199.50. So looking a little bit further down, do I think that Palm Beach Pete is Epstein? No, I don't. I mean, they have similar looking features for sure, but I try not to let my brain do that shit where you have an information gap and they kind of trigger like that's easy shit to fall for. You know what I mean? Like I, I don't think he's dead, but I don't think he's there. So that's just my thoughts. I think they would like if anything, I mean, he's probably somewhere else. I mean, if he was smart, unless he really if you think that he's getting, plastic surgery to that extreme, maybe, but who knows? Who the fuck knows? We'll find out hopefully one day. All right. So that's AMD and again, you need to be down here on the lower time frame. It looks like you're already kind of responding ever so slightly. You're trying yeah, so yeah, maybe a little sweep retest. Keep an eye on this one, man. Make sure you have confirmation before you take that short. You're on a strong floor right now. No doubt about it. Okay, so I think I know what's wrong with your chart. So let's look at your chart, man. You're missing the top, right? And basically the bottom. So one, two, three, right? And then it falls back in. So yes, you got the right idea. Um, but I would not leave in fact, now that I'm looking at your chart, I think I see something. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So you have one, two, one, two, three. You pop out. you pop down, you make a new low, you fill your gap, and then you build up again. You reclaim the floor, right? Just like that. And then finally, getting over the 50% mark, you pop up, you hit the 50% mark of this wick, which, yes, it is a real thing. 50% mark of that wick or the imbalance on the wick. I don't talk about it very often because it's 50% of everything, right? And typically, if I'm riding through, trying to break through the wick, I'm looking at it more like empty space. But with that being said, you did secure a candle back here and back there. So retest would be nice. And yeah, you could be looking at that 194 low. Now you're not moving through empty space, right? And if you're looking to short it down to 172, which I'm all aboard, I love it. I love it. But we need to make sure that our entry and expiration is fire. So a couple things needs to happen there. All right. Thank you guys for the follows and tapping your screen. I appreciate you. I just looked at IWM. If you guys want to go to YouTube, you can recap all the ETFs and every stock that I've gone over this morning. All right. Let's see where you at. Fuck. I told you I knew they were gonna fucking bounce that shit right before the bell. Yep. They dipped it right below the low, like they typically do. We'll see what we get. Let's look at IWM though. I think the main area of concern is here. And this is what gets you into it. So yeah, 247 or 246.70 is going to be the no square though. Your chats are weird sometimes. I know this. I know this. Yeah, I still have those. I just don't have a very big position. It looks like it could go for a flush. I see 1235. Well, I have 1231. How about that? It's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. And I wouldn't ever try to aim. If you're within 5-10 cents of me, you need no correction. If you're looking obviously at a scalping, like if you're on a lower time frame, yeah, you need to be on point. Because those targets and top ticks and all that other shit, that's going to matter. But um, for something like this, the 24-hour time frame, if you say, if we both put this there and you're 1235 and I'm 1233, like, you know, tomato. So, uh, yeah, the way. No, yeah. I mean, part of me feels like it's, and I'm still, I still feel like 1120, 1130 is still a extremely tangible target for lift. Yeah, I think this is step one. That's step two. So you could look at two different, trades basically here coming out of this box or down. So, I mean, it's not a bad setup at all. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I mean if they're salvageable for sure. If there's any, liquid, if I know they're not going to go up, then yeah, for sure. The wick right here at 1283, that's where I want to see a breakdown into that 1232. But that's literally it. That's the only thing that stands between us and a new low. So by the end of the day, we need to see, or some point in the day. So, Potter, will we get our flush today? I hate to break it to you, brother, but the flush kind of already happened. I mean, it's not a huge flush, and there's definitely, but maybe, maybe. Right now, it looks like they're gonna yank the shit out of this thing up at the bell. I believe, yeah, 569 was one of my targets. So there's a good trade from here to there. Little day trade, I think, up in there, but we'll see what we get. All right. We still selling down? I mean, I'm with you, brother. I If you go look at my video I posted, well, I've duetted it like 9 times, but the video that I posted up in here, I've been short on this market though since that candle right here. That's when I called for the first short or the first leg down, and then we got it in 3 days, and then we went into hell, and then I did it again. Wanted to say thank you for the workshop on here. You're welcome, my guy. You are welcome. Um, by the way, I had somebody ask me, and I don't like doing this because I didn't even think about it, but they already have the workshop, and they asked me if they would be able to get the new one that's pre-recorded. If you already have the workshop, I do not feel comfortable charging you a whole nother one. So if you have the workshop and I don't think you need it. But if for those of you who did mention it, I'll give it to you half price. So I'll cut it in half. It's already cheap, but I'll cut it in half because I can't. I just yeah, that feels doesn't feel right. So again, I wouldn't. I don't think that you need it, but who am I? Am I religious? Uh, I'm. Yeah, I don't know. I keep most of those things buried deep inside. You know what I mean? I don't talk about them ever. I have my beliefs. Um, I think being a good person is probably first and foremost, but yeah, there's some religious aspects of it. I don't want to say spiritual because it just sounds like I've got a fucking I wear patchouli deodorant and you know. All right. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, they're raising their prices. Yeah, I it's over that 95.80. And the thing that's going to make this so difficult is you have to use structure for stop loss. So from here and then unfortunately it's not a huge pocket, but it is 96.50. So and I mean you're playing it off of the potential of this downtrend, which again, the environment can make this pretty difficult, but you have this break of downtrend, but this is actually the break and move back up. And this is the box that'll actually get you there, but this is the floor that needs to be recovered. So, shit, hold on 1 second, guys. Get ready to take profit if you have anything short. Shit, I gotta grab. Tesla directly off of my 367, perfect level. So over 370.30, we would be looking at a pop up to 371.60. But that candle has to reverse, so great bounce, but there it is. There it is. All right. So if you do have it, obviously, or if you have any shorts, I'm gonna take about 2 grand off this fucking thing right now. Boy, you can't step me. All right. UNH is trying to make new lows here. Qs and IWM still sitting at their lows. So if you have anything that you want to take profit on, I'm gonna leave runners. Wow. Nasdaq 100 drops 10% below October. Oh my God, we just got short news. We got short news. Oh my God, Tesla. Oh, Elon. Oh, musky poo. Musky poo poo. Very good. What song is this? This is Nude by Radiohead. All right, I am trimming profit off of the table going into this weekend, but I am also keeping shit on the table because that is just who I am. So I know for sure 367. I do expect for there to be a bounce here.
What do we think about the UNH? We should be getting out of there.
I'm watching it right now, man. I'm watching this candle in particular to see if it's going to engulf. If it here, I'll tell you this: if it flips over 267.55, I would go ahead and call it. IWM is engulfing, guys. We are seeing, and again, it hasn't closed outside of it. Qs have not responded. It looks like they're lagging. Oh, oh my God. You know, there's not a better feeling in the world than shorting Tesla. Shorting Tesla and Meta. That's my, you know what? You asked me if I'm spiritual. That might be it. Welcome to service, baby. All right, watch right here. And obviously, I have a secondary level at 365. UNH is not cooperating here. Lyft is trying to lose that wick now as we speak. Well, no, if I. Yeah, give it a minute. They'll tighten up. We need this to fail. This bounce right here. Anybody Tesla short? Anybody Tesla short with Poppy? You bought puts on Netflix? Yesterday you bought puts on Netflix? When you got to talk to me on that one, bro. I need to know what your thought process was on that. Yeah, if you have those Tesla contracts, I'm just selling them one by one. Come on, dude. Yes, sir. I'll take another 2 bands. Sorry, 1980. Oh my God. Oh. All right, I'm trimming right here again. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, dude, I need a new pair of shoes. Watch this right here, right now. I might bounce this one right here. Short expiration contracts. Hold on a second. Okay, didn't even have a chance to get the. Okay, that's fine. Pull yourself back up, and maybe I will. U.S. stocks extend fall. Nasdaq down 1%. Lyft new lows here. UNH nothing. Fuck you. Sometimes I have to turn it. Yo, chill out. This guy says sometimes I have to turn it down because it sounds like I'm watching corn. Unfortunately, long swing at 380. Oh no, man. All right. Now that was sweet as a fucking. Now I am gonna try to bounce it as it fights on this floor. So basically above this wick, I think right here. Scalp this thing. What do you what do you got me on your TV or something? I'm looking at contracts right now. Probably 372.50 maybe. Yeah, 372.50s. You know what? I could probably slap those 370s a little bit better. Stay 3 strikes. Double the cost. You got to press it on you. All right, UNH really didn't get anything off of that bounce. You said it has you weak? I've been known to have that effect. No, just kidding. All right, kind of a half-ass bounce here. Not really picking up any volume. IWM is trying to sit at its lows here. Qs, though, bounce directly. Guys, take a look at this 5-minute. Look at this right here. Where'd he go? Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Look at this on the 5-minute. Right off of that level. Listen, from where? From where? From all the way the fuck over here. That range, that wick. Bam. Next leg down would be right around 568 if we did see a new leg down. But again, you just reclaimed the floor right now. Right now. Tesla, same thing. Fuck out of here. Gotta be fast. Gotta be real fast. Those just went from 50 to 65. Stop loss is right here on Tesla. What brokerage do you have? Lift, new lows. Don't worry, I'll buy 5,000 shares in 2 minutes. Okay. Hell yeah, brother. QQQ reclaimed that floor like we talked about at 569, and it does have empty space back up there, but it just tapped your pre-market low or your previous pre-market low, which I can't show you on TikTok, but I can show you on YouTube and Discord. If you look right here, that's what you just tapped. So above that, right, you can look at that kind of as your range here to go and break. All right, UNH is failing here. Not bad. We need a real strong break here underneath that low of 265.66, and I'm looking for that next leg down here at 264.75. Okay, time to go. That's my stop loss right here. Oh, that's a good damn stop loss. Hell yeah, brother. All right, fingers on market sell though. Oh, god damn. Shifty with it. Shifty with it. Get up there. Clear the wicks. Double wicks.
Wait, which one was your stop loss?
That right there. Just because it wicked a, what, a 2 cents underneath it. I'm not going to stop out on that. I'm going to let it react. Worst case scenario is we build a box, but I'm thinking we can retest. The one thing that I'm not doing correctly right now is I don't have a great idea of what we broke down through. Okay, I've got nothing. Would just be there. Oh, all right. Market. Hold on. No, I'm gonna mark it out right here, and then I'll get back in. I still have shorts, so I'm just not trying to risk it. New lows on UNH.
On Tesla?
Yeah, I just got out of Tesla. I bought them at 55, sold them at 48, so I'm not sad. Little $500 position. So, how do we gauge whether it will flush or retest? By what it's hold. Like right now, if Tesla can hold on to this floor, right, then it will go right back up. If it is unable to hang on, that means you can't or do not have enough volume at that current price. Where did I enter on Tesla? Over the wick. It, yeah, I mean that's scalping right there. You do got two bounces right here, so I'll look at it going back up, and again, it's going to be right there at 364. I'd have a little bit of a better chance, and then at that point, it would be triggering over that wick and body, and then we would see continuation and then the highs. UNH is bouncing. What a difficult little fucker. Yeah, that was a good breakdown.
It's Amazon's problem.
Short. QQQ short. I guys, I just took mad profit off of my Tesla QQQ and IWM swings. And right now I have runners on Tesla, and due to the fact that this is a major, so this is, and again, I'm not mad at it didn't work. I'm not mad at all. But that wick right there, I wanted to see if I could test it for a bounce. You know, what's $100 thrown at a more than a couple thousand. So no, primarily swing trading. Yeah. Chew cut a chew. Do you say stuff like that on the internet because it makes you feel better about yourself? That's a sad way to be living.
Does he even know what a wick is?
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. Am I sad I lost money? I did not lose money. I did not lose money. I don't think you heard the first part where I swung short trading against the runners that I have. Mm-mm. No, I thought I'd scalp it up. I'm probably gonna do the same thing. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it's so funny because it's just typically brokies that do that shit. They lost all their money. Mm, yeah, I don't call. Yeah. All right, watching this bounce right here. Yeah. Again, I did my job. I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and doing what I'm supposed to do right now. Damn, I got a slightly lower price for those this time. Delicious. Just like that, 20%. Again, not shaking a stick at 20%, but I am looking at 367, which would be a 50% retracement. So stop loss for me is going to be right where I just got in, which is right here. And we wait.
IWM coming to life a little bit.
I don't need to day trade anymore. I don't. I could just walk away right now, actually, but I like what I do. Yeah, Lyft is sitting right at that low right now. It's, I mean, it's the, I see a green candle there to your left, so. Hey, me and Potter Stocks created a meme coin. DM half of you by, yeah, I definitely do not have a meme coin, and I will never have a Potter coin or anything like. Yeah, just a second, man. Watch IWM 246.70 over the wick right here. Over the wick. New highs on Tesla here. No, I definitely don't have a meme coin. You see, you see the IWM setup?
Yeah, so I had the 246. I had 246.69. So 1 cent off from.
Yeah, what are you looking to do on Amazon? Are you trying to bounce this? Uh oh, uh, oh shit. Okay. You said okay. I see the wicks at 202 flat. You are okay. Yeah, you uh, gotcha. Let's see, 2 minutes. So you're waking off of that literally right now as we speak. So that level in particular on the, down to the 3 5 minute. Uh, yeah, 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 exactly. But yeah, that is exactly what you're being held down underneath. So if you can keep the pressure underneath, so let's see here. Nice new high on the Tesla. Watch this wick at 366.40. Other than that, watch these ETFs. They're starting to approach those levels overhead that we talked about, that 570.83. Why are people trolling in here? I When people see other people doing this and they don't have the confidence to do it themselves, or they've lost all their money, it's just a frustration projection. I get it. I mean, I've seen it. You know, that's their problem though. It's not mine. I enjoy it though. It's kind of funny. What is that? Jorge, what are you listening to, dude? You learning Chinese now?
Make me slip in.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's actually good guy. And that Tesla trade you have, is that the April one you've been had?
No, I entered a new position. I did this yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I do want people to remember on the ETFs, it is Friday, right? So locking this thing in a range. I mean, right now you still see sellers trying to gain control and push this down. If you look on the 5 minute, right, we're still encapsulated inside of that. What is this? It's a 571 and 569.29 range. Watch a retest possible here coming in on Tesla. Nice empty space. falling quickly. Obviously, this box underneath us is a trigger down. So remember, the hope is obviously, and I'm okay with stopping out, but the hope is that we do see a punch down, right? Obviously, what happens? No fucking way. No way. Why are they here? Why are you guys here? Why are they here? I gotta get out of this trade. Hold on. Yeah, I bailed. Nah, you better answer. You gotta answer. What? Stop it. No, stop it, guys. Fuck off. I'll. What? Fuck. All right, I gotta get out of some positions here. 1 second. I knew it. All right. If you guys can still hear me, I still got my Tesla shorts. I've got to trim some of these fuckers off. Um, lift is good. I can't even hear you guys if you're talking. I just had a massive bounce house show up, and they weren't supposed to show up for another 3 hours, and I am totally unprepared. So give me 2 seconds. Set your alerts. I'm setting mine. Fuck, the market's crashing. Make money. I'm still holding IWM. Show up early. It's the one time in life, like, nah, you could have been late, my guy. All right. Yeah, I know. I sounded no. Timing right now is everything, and they just showed up with this. I mean, it's a fucking massive bounce house. Well, I guess them being here is kind of a blessing. I just had to trim those fuckers off. I thought the black suits came. No. No, I just told him, I was like, because I was like, you guys need anything from me? And I was like, they're like, nah. I was like, okay, good, because the stock market's fucking dumping right now. And he knew exactly. Apparently, this guy's trading too. All right, I gotta lock in here. God damn, that was the worst timing in the world. They were not Mexican. No. What kind of question is that? It's a white dude and his friend. Discord, what are you guys doing right now? You guys making any money? Qs. Yeah, Qs are sitting at that five. I think that was the level that I talked about this morning. I of course deleted all of it. The next leg down that I have is 564, but we are bouncing here on everything. Thanks for the gift. All right, there we go. Well, if anybody did swing Tesla, I just scalped against my positions, and I guess it's a good thing that I bailed when I did. They showed up here, and I had to just get out. I can't. What you just bought? No, I swung Tesla shorts, which I'm trimming off periodically, but with I do think that it is possible. We've kind of overextended ourselves, but it is possible to still see the 359. And then I have, levels down here. No, I didn't just bought. I sold. Yeah, my bad about the bounce house thing. I mean, I had to do it. They just weren't supposed to show up for another fucking couple hours, so. All right. Your 1250 should be up like 300% right now, my boy. What am I listening to right now? Yeah. Good stuff. Tesla retest coming here. Wix. And of course, bodies. Day traders could be having fun here. New lows on UNH. Just saw that. Yep, new lows on UNH. You're still in those? It hit exactly off of 264.75. Citi cuts U.S. stocks on prolonged war risk. Citi is reducing exposure to U.S. equities, warning the Iran conflict unlikely to end quickly and raising downside risk. Markets are already under pressure. The market index is near correction territory. That's so funny. Floor. There it is. And then obviously with this empty space, guys, this could, again, fun day trading setups. There's definitely empty space, but that's all. That's the whole dump. And if we're gonna keep dumping, you're gonna one of these levels is gonna hold you back. Is anybody trimmed off lift? He did. Okay. Okay, floor is still getting held down here. My brokerage is being funny. Anybody else getting weird laggy brokerage issues right now? Not bad, but
Do you see resistance, or support for the from the back? Is that right? It's picking up.
psychological number. Yeah, just pure plain and simple psychological number. Yeah, I'm getting laggy. What's up?
Take profit that you are
Yeah, exactly. Do you still have the April puts? I have April puts on this one. Yeah, okay. Those they're not gonna move yet. Not until you lose 1250 and then you start moving a little bit lower. UNH is breaking down though, really nice. Like to see it start moving down a little bit further though. Robinhood, yeah. Yeah, you could. There you go. Butter down. Butter down, you at UNH. Luigi. NVIDIA. What's that hot dog water stock doing? Is it finally? Oh, no. It's so close.
So far.
Remember what I said the other day? I said I had a. I always think to myself, man, I should just take a long short out on. I swear to God, I look at this stock and you just know it's going to happen. Like that's gonna happen. It's gonna. I think the stock market actually seeing a major correction brings you down here. Maybe lower, but that would be pretty sick. That's literally what the Qs have looked like forever. Oh my God, Meta is still dumping. I don't know if Tesla has what it takes, guys. It's trying to hold itself up, but everything is busting a move right now, so. Damn, are they cleaning my backyard and everything for me? Yeah, I see it. Spy's looking heavier. I still have the 638 target to the downside. However, and again, playing the upside right now is wicked dangerous, but above 639.75 and right here we could see a retest pop back up.
Has he shown up anything on TikTok?
Where no, he hasn't actually. Where's Luis? Remember though, he said Q's to $90.
I think some of it was just exaggeration, so we should at least give them that much.
Oh, I don't think that I don't think he was exaggerating. I think he means it. I really do. I think he means it in his heart. Yeah. Remember with yeah, I saw that. I think the Qs could see a 492 target. Man, there's so much baggage. All right, Tesla, can you get the hell down here, dude? Just die. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna stop doing that soon. I'm sorry. Kind of stemming on it. No, we got a pocket of empty space right there. We're sitting on this red candle. Tesla's next leg down is not happening until 362.81 is broken, and it's about to pop up and I think break right over this and go right up into that little 363.84. If a major market correction happens, yes, 492. Listen, if you have a lot of emotion right now or you're feeling some type of way, take a deep breath, regulate your nervous system. You need to be making good decisions based off the strategy. This is when you buy stocks, people. I disagree wholeheartedly. I do not buy stocks when you said Apple 270. Yo, what the? Oh my god, dude. Oof. And the market dumping. If the market can bounce, you got 256.68.
I just bought the green
All right, well then make sure that stop loss is fire. You're a bold man. No, I do disagree. You know, when it comes to buying things like right now to go back up, I also strongly disagree with DCAing. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. You do whatever you feel works for you. But like for Tesla, maybe you could contemplate a 350 purchase, but again, um it's when what was I just looking at? Not Apple. Nah, ServiceNow. So like if I'm looking at ServiceNow, I'm not buying until buyers are willing to buy. Why would I buy? Or I'll buy at levels like on ServiceNow, I'll buy off of structure because I know it's going to bounce, which allows me to set a stop loss underneath me and ride it up for whatever journey it has. Um, but yeah, I don't need the money tomorrow. Well, I'm not. I just don't think it's if I just don't think it's. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I think it's lazy, and I don't think it's smart. Like it's just another way of just saying I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna shock. And I know, like, yes, if you were in the fucking 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, like or you bought after 2008, like, yeah, you got a great deal. That buy, DCAing, I'm sure that worked great for the long, long, long haul. But not every pullback, that I see. If I see continuation to the downside, yeah, I'm not. I can't. I mean, it's the same reason why I love Elf and I plan on buying Elf equity. But look at where Elf is at today, folks. New lows. And where are we at? Empty space. Everything that we've talked about happening has happened, right? The floor being broken, Elf moving through its empty space quickly, probably going to do the same down here. Is it a wonderful purchase? Is Elf going to be probably the reason I make a move into a new tax bracket? Possibly. Because I tell you what, this next go around, I'm going stupid. Market maker territory. But that's going to be for a long while. Well, yeah, I don't play options. That's your gig. That doesn't mean I don't invest. I would prefer to be able to buy something, let my money sit almost as a savings account. Yeah, accumulating great companies, but again, strategic pricing. Yeah, if the cues are gonna hit here and are hit and hold. All right, watch Tesla here, possibly reclaiming this floor and popping up through this empty space. I'm watching it right now. Pretty weak. Buy quarter positions. Yeah, I mean, if that's what works for you, brother, that works. That's what works for you. Nice. Yeah, you can see my whole chart on YouTube or inside of the Discord. You said AGX is up 35%? The hell is this? Jesus, Lord have mercy. It's a big candle. I think I don't I don't DCA also because I'm trying to maximize where I buy and the profit that I can potentially make off of it. Um, you buy for 3 years inside of a range, or as it's falling, it's going to take a considerable amount of time for you to, unless you're buying the bottom as well, it's going to take a considerable amount of time for you to actually catch a W on it. You know, what is it, like 80 to 90% of stocks do not hold their highs, like they don't keep going. And again, I just believe I have a superior pricing model. That's my strongly held belief, especially in a bull market. That's obviously where, once we sit at the floors and we accumulate, yeah, floors start getting recovered, buyers are enthusiastic. Kristen, what do you got? Again, this will rally midday. What are you saying that for? Call level for Tesla? It's struggling so much at the floor. Right now, I'm trying not to go against the grain also, so. Longer expiration, SMCI up. Oof. There's empty space up there. That box failed this morning, though, at cost basis. Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't like how. I'm gonna be honest with you. The price recovering this floor here. I'd like to see it pop and push that 364 right now. But you can set a stop loss on the floor if you haven't, or if you are getting in, and you're looking, obviously for 366 here. It's 1020. In 2 to 3 months, people will be kicking themselves for not taking advantage of this buying opportunity. I will not be one of those people, because if I see the opportunity to buy, when you don't go, listen, you do not go up until floors are reclaimed. Period. End of story. I present again one of the equity purchases I've made in the past down here. We could not see continuation, right? And I did buy off of a floor, and I bought strategically, right? I one, two, one, two. We have empty space up above us, major 24-hour box directly up above us. So I buy coming out of this, which means that I have the ability to protect myself by having the top of that overhead resistance broken. So if price comes back down, typically it's not going to fall where my average is. So this again puts me at an edge. I also typically target great companies that have tons of empty space. They fall really, really quickly, and I look for the floors up above them to be reclaimed. If you notice how price behaves when the floor is reclaimed, it explodes. Same thing with cost basis, it explodes. And so these are where I place my purchases here, or God forbid here. But on an equity purchase, I have the ability to really maximize how I trade and what I'm looking for. And I mean, this trade went fucking phenomenal. Filled up every little lick and bit of empty space, and then went sideways for a little while. But Most people don't trade like you. It's gambling for most investors. I'm sorry, dude, but you're talking out your ass. For me to strategically buy shares coming out of an area of consolidation, that doesn't make any sense at all. I'm investing. I'm investing my money into a company and I'm doing it at a strategic price. That is, I mean, I'm not the only investor who thinks this. There's a lot of people who think that DCAing is stupid. So
Butter, on MCHP, um, I I got in I got in last week and I had closed about 66. Or did I get in just too early for this thing, or is it still are we still going up to that empty space?
so this is where you when you get into a trade, man, and we did discuss this right here, that 65.77, and of course when we gapped down or when we gapped up, one of the first areas that we had to clear and hold, if you go back and watch that clip, was 68.18, and we filled that up immediately and then closed and came back down underneath that box. So at that point, if you were in a long position, that's your stop out. You have to stop at that point. And yeah, looking at this setup now, there's a hope, there is a good chance that you can bounce on the floor temporarily due to the fact that you're falling fast, but now it's starting to look more like a potential reversal trade. I liked that one too, but it was that one gap and obviously market conditions that we had to clear in order for this trade to work out. So, Chef, I'm up 60% on my first options trade. Oh, good job, dude. Nice job, man. Do you have, say that again?
So at what point should I just call it quits and MCHP, or is that now?
I mean, a lot of the times when I'm in a position like yourself, I try to find, basically problem solve and start looking for areas where price could reverse. We see the market bouncing right now, but I would say that literally below this low, I mean, what is this, 62.47, that price is likely to continue moving down. So you could, depending on your expiration, yeah, anything lower and it's not worth it. Now, I mean, you could, potentially reverse this trade at this point with the 24-hour candle close. I'm actually looking at it this way as well, but I'm looking at, MCHP to potentially pull back into that empty space and move to $60. But yeah, oil is ripping. Um, yeah, man, yeah, for sure. Yeah, anytime, and maybe I need to host a class on stop losses in particular, especially on swing trades or even just long trades, like knowing and when and where to get out. Like this candle in particular, right, kind of killed it. Um, this actually not even just that candle, this candle, right, and that candle confirms that you are no longer going. I've got to, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and schedule a stop loss class. We gotta go over this stuff because yeah, from scalping to like all the way up to fucking yeah. This would apply to buying equities, and options, weeklies. We gotta go over that because I think a lot of you guys, um, when you listen, I actually read this. This is not my opinion. This is a uh, uh one of the best traders to have ever, well, not ever, but he's one of the best traders out there, or was one of the best traders out there. um And he said one of the one of his major golden rules was knowing where he was going to get out before he got in. Yeah, Q's just rejected that overhead level. So this is actually moving like a true bear market right now, at least for now, right? So let me explain to you why. And we could be making a new low now. Look, just like you would to the upside, you are coming back, you are retesting the structure that you lose, and then in a bull market, this is good price action. So let's watch this low here and see if we get continuation to the downside. Here, Bear, yeah. Yes, Conrad, I do. Um, let's say you have a new investor looking to start investing. Do you suggest playing options? No. If that's what they want to do, then they're uh but most people can start generating capital by utilizing my strategy on and conditions have to be met, right? If you're playing things to the upside and we're in a bear market where the Qs are breaking down, you might have to reconsider. But longer expiration options you could, explore. And then shorter expiration contracts are just going to beat your ass, especially when you're new. Um, and then there's just, I mean, and this is the shitty thing. Some people will not become day traders, and there is a way for them to make money, but it's oftentimes the ego and the disappointment of not being able to do it this way that makes them feel like they can't do it anyway. Um, but having and knowing exactly what conditions or what needs to be like set up, and I emphasize this in the class. I mean, and it's interesting because the way that we're moving, or the way that we were moving going into that class was we were in this major freaking giant box on the Qs. Price was um, oscillating on IWM back and forth below its floor. And we were shifting into a bear market, which, I mean, you could learn how to trade, and most of you guys learned how to trade in a bull market. So you're going to have to actually, flip things on their head. But regardless of that, everybody has to have a definitive uh, way to describe exactly how or what they're doing to generate capital in the stock market, whether that be like you are able to say, no, I'm not a day trader, I'm not proficient at that, so that's not what I do, and then not do it. And a lot of people will say, they'll keep doing it because it's there, and that's where you start gambling, right? Day trading takes a great deal of discipline, and especially, man, with futures, I even feel that same like childish, like uh it's addictive. Play SQQ. I think it's emotional temperament that really it comes because the strategy doesn't change. But if people have compulsive disorders or they're compulsive, they're going to show up every day and they're going to try to do the same shit, and then they're going to try to figure out why it's not working. When I have a strategy that it is one setup, right? That I'm looking for either up or down, and not every day. And we've actually had weeks, last year, this year, where we charted as much as we could and nothing looked good. And that's a real thing. And most people will look at that and, try to figure out how to fit themselves into those conditions rather than just sitting on the sidelines until it makes more sense. And that's actual discipline, is being able to know where you belong, when you belong, right? And what's good for you. If you're just now learning or you've never traded a bear market, your risk should be reduced. So the cool thing, yes, about the strategy is if you know what you're looking for, and you are trending in one direction, empty space and the boxes that is something that is kind of required for my strategy, right? That there is an established direction that the market is heading. And that is, again, it can be down, it can be up, but it works the same. So. Can I look at NVIDIA? Sure. Um, Potter, call me target if this statement is target, but for most of us, we shouldn't get into plays if we don't have a plan going into the trade. If you don't have a stop loss targets, why get in? If you see a big green candle and you get in and then you're trying to find things, you're not doing it right. Yes. I mean, the obvious answer is, of course. Wow, what a crash on IWM or NVIDIA here. Yeah. Your niche is training people with money to lose. Since you've come in here, you have on multiple occasions tried to define me as a certain thing, and you haven't been watching me for that long. So I would openly disagree with you on that, for sure. I would actually argue that most people in here, or a lot of people that join, don't want to lose any money, or they don't. They're trying to maximize a smaller amount of capital, which, that is something that I'm really good at. Now, that's primarily with options, and that's how I trade. I'm teaching people a strategy that works for everything. I have people who sell options on it. I have people who trade crypto. I have people who invest in crypto, invest in stocks. Yeah, all of the above. My strategy is a study of market mechanics, which is applicable to any style. Even if you're a fucking quant trader, you could still apply my strategy. And just it comes down to simple auction theory. If people are willing to buy here, so. Yeah, we're sitting at 566. It's a good time to start looking back. See where that low is. Let me see where the wick is on the Qs. The wick is off of 566.71. Okay. Look, right here. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah. IWM. It's sitting at my target from yesterday. Literally. Did anybody swing IWM? I haven't even looked at the gains page. Yeah. Yeah, it's sitting right on the floor. It's already wicked off of those floors. Look, that's the exact floor that we talked about this morning. And this is actually the same ceiling right here at 245.61. You are in between the two. There is definitely, IWM definitely has another wave down underneath our low. Like you could, the chart tells you, look, here, pop, right here, pop, here, blow, right there, you end up exploding. And those 2 points are, as of right now, unresponsive. Yeah, if you're scalping on a phone, you automatically have barbed wire all over you, the path that you're trying to take. It's not going to be fun. My first trade with Potter, I locked in 600% profit. It was insane. Spent like $68. If I was to go back, I would use a lot less risk than I did. You know. Ayo and Ellie, home from school early. I'm calling the police. Hi, baby. What? I know, man. Heck yes, dude. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oh, you guys go look in the back. No camera. Nope. You know the rules. Yeah, I'm online. In the backyard. Go look at the backyard. You can go play in it. Yes. Go have fun. I'll come out there in a little while, okay? The market's crashing, so. Oh. That's the best thing. I get to live. Yeah, we got them out early so that way they could enjoy the weekend to its fullest. So, do you have any single friends? Do I have any single friends? Uh, Chad's recently been taken. Jorge's got a girl. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, okay. Yeah, so we got a few. Let's see. Do I have any single friends? No. He said, "Yeah, I'm good." My kids have PJ day today. Nice. Huh? Listen, they showed up. That's why I called you like that. I was on stream and I was like, dude, I was hitting up honestly to save my ass because I was about to get wrecked on Tesla, but I had to get out of a position that I took because yeah, they pulled up and it said on my phone, I didn't even see the text. It said that they wouldn't be here until no. You s- you got the same text as I did, and that text says we didn't read it. Hello, Garrett. CJ's again. We will deliver on Friday, 3:27 between 11:10. Yeah, well, that's what I get for not texting people back or checking my text messages like a normal human. Yeah, yeah, I mean maybe we paid for extra. I don't know, go check the receipt. Did I did you buy or rent a bounce house? I rented it, but I am heavily considering starting a bounce house business. Um, but I also want to know where people buy these and if you can get them custom made. Because I swear to God, if you're smart, you would do a K-pop Demon Hunters themed bounce house, and you can do it without the copyright issues. You can do like yeah. Anyway, just buy it from China. Yeah. No, I'm serious. Adult ones, but listen, the white ones for weddings, Alibaba friend. Yeah, you're probably right. They do well. They do real well. What's up? I have no idea, babe. You might want to go check my pants pockets or I have no idea. We're in a Benjamin drought. A Potter box jump house. There you go. Yeah, the initial investment was is not bad. And then most of the dudes around here just hire high school kids for the low. Why are the markets crashing? Because I said so. No, I was kidding. Because investors are no longer reacting, and this is how they narrate it, but I think that gave people a better average down. But no, they're not quite buying the whole. It's basically taco with tariffs all over again, but this time it's war. Yeah, I did a video on that too. I literally made a video on that. You don't even watch me, but you watch some other guy on CNBC, CBS. I'll be calling CBS to see if they've heard of a Peyton. I don't even care. It's crazy. But she should check the pants you're wearing. Wait, what? We did it. That's not a bad idea, but I feel like those rage rooms go out of business stupid fast. I use TradeStation, but I don't. Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna find out here shortly. We're sitting on the floor here on IWM. DOJ says FBI Director Kash Patel's personal email has been breached by hackers. Let's fucking go! Sorry. What? Oh, where did that come? How'd they guess Cash Money 69? Damn! That's cash right now. Can I take your trades on NQ instead of IWM? No, not NQ, RTY. And you go to the Russell. So if I'm doing IWM, then you can do Russell. Yo, no way, Zebo. Zebo, no. No. Okay, it's a joke. It's a joke. It was a joke. You got fooled, Zebo. Ew.
Did I what? Put it on camera.
I lost money on UNH because I didn't stay in. Why? It wicked $1 away from our target. Waikiki Mano. Zebo's in here doing fake news. Tesla is refusing. IWM up or down? Down right now with these wicks. That rejection off of 244.75. I think we're right now we're fighting for this floor. And if they so if you just expended 1, 2, 3 candles with fat wicks and you do not see a new low, then that's where price will start moving right back the fuck up again. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a wick down and then pulled yourself the fuck back up and squeezed out. You know, I'm not calling for a full reversal here at all, but there it is. And it's fast. Ooh, sketchy. So if you're like got runners or you're in some shorts, I swear to God, I swear to God, look at it. Look at it. You can't make this shit up. Let's see if it holds. So in order for it to actually turn green, it has to pop right the floor. Ooh, buyers. Is there enough? This is where you could look at the tape, but let's see if they have enough. They flip that candle over. Wee wee. Now let's see if they actually hold it. So again, candle close. You've got 26 seconds. And I could even get down here into the into the nitty gritty. Watch this. I'll get down here. 45-second. Ooh. 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 How did you know that was going to happen? Autism. No, I'm sorry. Um, because when you sorry, I'm trying to when you see price fall that quickly and we have already fallen this much, usually you don't get price acceptance when you whip that quick. The faster price moves without a sustainable target to grab hold of, right? Now, I would also assume safely, right? I would also assume safely that there is something that you probably did wake off of, but we'll find out. A quick dip and rip is a classic, yeah. This just looks like a level that IWM bounces at. Across the board, this was a floor. It was, yeah, it looked like maybe a cost basis there, but yeah, just I think the fact that we've fallen so much, price is not likely to just give you that low so easily in the middle of the day. This is usually where they see that fake out. Now, if anybody just took that, you should be in juicy profit already. Some people call that a liquidity sweep, right? I get why they call it that. I don't call it that. But when price moves down that quickly, right, and with that much effort, and then cannot make or push a new low, you get that. Alex or Ivy, you should clip that. That was fire. And do you see? Okay, so this is just a great. I love teaching you guys this stuff because again, I'm not full of shit. But do you guys understand why price is moving the way that it is right now? Does anybody here listening on TikTok or anything not understand why price just did what it did? Because this is where I can teach you a little bit more about telling the story. Bounce off previous lows. I didn't see any previous lows on a laser. I do see the previous lows there, but so go ahead.
So do you have the dump team, the team chatting?
Yeah. That is technically in our yes, this is. Now what's happening, right? Because every I can't say that word head has a process in order to procure it and to consume it. Now, why did price just explode like that? Okay, I'm going to explain it really quickly so you could screen record this if you want to. Um, First of all, right, and I like to explain this like this: your job is to keep price from reclaiming floors that sellers or you and the homies have pushed down. So you are actively selling shares with strength to push price to a new low. Now, while doing this, you are also convincing other people, more volume, to join in that potential battle. Now, walk through these candles with me. Big wick down, nothing, nothing reclaimed. We haven't lost anything. Price moves back up, holds down. We see a new low, but nothing is grabbed. We do not see continuation. So sellers keep stepping up, and then you see that big candle basically consuming all of that price action and closing at the lows. That candle tells you, right, The sellers have got what they wanted. They've allowed price to close near or around that floor. This is a confirmation signal for price to continue lower. Just like when we are looking for the wick, right? We talk about this in class, that liquidity sweep or that pop down into the lows and then candle closing back on the floor. This pushes people who are actively, and I'm putting this in layman's terms, by the way. So, technical people, don't shoot me, but think of it as you're selling, you are short, and you keep trying to push price down. You finally get what you want, you push price down, just like you did when you first started trading and you saw a big red candle, you chased it. Just like when you see a big green one, hopefully you still don't, but you chase it, right? The same thing is happening to millions or a number of other people. So when price, again, is trying to protect you or protect sellers from finding themselves back above the floor, that's what these wicks are. These wicks are keeping you from this, which is also keeping you from filling that up. So you do your job, you finally get your new lows, they pull price back up, right? And close it on the floor. Who controls the floor? Buyers do. So not only are you pulling the floor back up to an area that buyers control, but you're also pushing sellers that just chased this trade out. So they start exiting. Well, so do these guys. When price starts consuming this whole area, sellers start getting out. And that is literally a short squeeze, and short squeezes happen all the time. By the way, how much and what filled up? Again, the strategy says that when we have empty space or we go for a punchback, we are looking at filling up empty space to the first green candle to your left. That is your floor. That is your rejection. This is empty space. So all in all, put yourself in the shoes of sellers. You are actively trying to protect this floor and pass the baton. When you are pushing price down, you are trying to give it to sellers that are underneath you, right? This is why when you close underneath something, right? Even today, like right here, when you're a seller, right? Let's say you rejected that wick. You want to pass and close price underneath something that sellers control. If you are unable to do that, that's a retest, right? That's where you test and then bounce and we see a reversal. Sellers cannot grab hold or resume control. When they are given control, they can continue. Price was not able to control anything. Therefore, all of your effort to push price down is null and void, and you get squeezed out of your position due to the fact that you did push it down so hard, but you also left behind these unfilled orders or this empty space, right? Here and in here. So just put yourself, I like to do it kind of in the sense where you're in a storytelling mode, right? You're literally looking at how prices, what is happening, right? Because it's not just candlesticks, it's an auction, and we have access to the information in that auction and can make decisions off of that, right? But a lot of people will see one red candle and go short rather than trying to wait to see something that they can narrate, understand, and make something happen off of. So hopefully that makes sense. 20% down. 3, I think 3 or 4. I guess I don't know why I just thought you meant like, yeah, major extended bear markets, trending bear markets down. That's kind of a rough guess, but So it's waiting for a higher low to be swept to see if the big boy is still there. Yeah. And this is okay, so let's again put yourself in the shoes. I mean, I didn't see anything underneath us for me to make that prediction, right? That price was going to reverse that way. Again, this is years of observation, and I'm explaining that to you. Hopefully, you can experience it vicariously, but put yourself like think about the climate that we're in right now. Okay, real quick before I keep going, if you are able, right, buyers are still in control. They're still trying to push price, and this is not a box, but it is a range. But overhead, right, this small little pocket right here, what's above us? What's that? Right? So we would expect for price to possibly move pretty fluidly up to 246.14. All right, just putting that out there. Do with that information what you think you should do. I need practice narrating all right. How about this? Let me challenge you guys. And a lot of you are not going to do it, and that's fine. Everybody in here, start making TikToks. Anonymous TikToks, screen record, and just put your analysis out there. You don't want to say the wrong shit. So you're going to think extra hard about it. But when it's just you alone with nobody to all of a sudden that external pressure or accountability goes away. Try it out. Try it out for 1 month and tell me that you can't narrate better. Answer questions if people get it. Or do the video. You can go right here. If you go to the right side of your screen, it'll say publish, right? Click on publish, record yourself. Narrate your trade. I have somebody right now sending me videos of them narrating what they think they see. Yeah, people send me narrations. All right, a little bit weak right here, so probably going to have to come back a little bit and grab some more buyers if you're going to see any continuation to the upside. You just did that, but I don't think that was enough yet. Let's see. Oh, that might have been enough. So that wick right there, I would expect price to hit that median price right here. But again, this is, I mean, I had a passion for, watching price, and just like right now, you don't have to be trading to be doing this, right? Top. Do you see that wick and then the top right there? And then we got empty space over here. And this is really going to put sellers into a pickle, and they're going to try to step up, and they're going to try to push this down. And if they're unable to do it, they're going to actually be the ones providing the energy that you need to do it, right? But let's also step back from the 1 minute. That's 2 off the top, coming up on the 2 off the bottom. Okay, everything's in order. So just like that, right? Sellers are going to try and step up. They're going to try to make sure they know what's above us, right? They know there's orders sitting up there. They're going to try to keep, well, not everybody does. Oh, that's awesome, Kevin. What's up, Sick? And so again, put yourself right now in the shoes of a seller. You just took a short position. Everybody in here, if you're learning, you just took a short position, right? Okay, we clearly need to knock these fuckers out, right? That's their wicks. So think about what you'd be doing if right, that same overhead starts getting pushed, right? And if you can make it move fast enough, right, try and hit the imbalance on that wick, that's going to start scaring sellers out. See that? Try and pop it up. The seller's going to try and step back up and squeeze it back down. But this is creating that tension in order to make that move. You're fighting. Now, because of the lack of support here, we would assume that price would likely move somewhere around there where you started from and what you had to reclaim and what you had to break. Oof. No, 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 no. Ugh. Bad hair day, guys. Well, I think investment banks they know the influence that putting in $1 million of liquidity does, right? They know how that impacts people, or how it's like, I mean, I kind of sounds derogatory, but it's like leading sheep, right? How many of you started trading by just simply reacting to every fucking candle that you see, right? And how you would be extremely surprised at all of the people that have a lot of money and still do that. They still do that shit. All right, sellers got 2 whacks right here at 245.65, but now that the candle has closed in the wick, it's here that you can pass the baton back down to sellers. But this will serve as a retest level if you don't have enough to go in for that break. Now, if it moves really fast without actually passing that candle, it'll. All right, so here we go. Let's see if they're going to squeeze that out. Oh, 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 shit. You almost got him. Oh. So, how do you think? You're a seller right now. What are you doing? Ah, stop loss. And price goes up. Just like that. Look at it. Cost basis or 50%. Damn. A gabagoo, that's going to come right back down. Pop, right there. And then back up. And that is autism. I'm sorry. You're going to fight around cost basis typically, but this is all empty space. And the crazy thing is you could be learning and earning right now if you're had a little bit of cash on IWM right now. This is weaponized autism, yes. But do you notice how price is moving here, right? And did I lose anybody? Anybody on TikTok? This is your opportunity, or Discord, or YouTube, to ask me, or if I can elaborate on, whatever. But I like, I like picture books, I like the rainbow fish, big bad wolf type shit. So I just, I try to narrate this storybook style. But you need to be practicing doing this as well, right? Oh, you don't have enough at cost basis? Okay, well, where did you get what is above and what is below? Now, occasionally you're going to want to do this because things are going to get real nasty. Again, dude, I love the 30-second on futures though, bro. I'll show you guys. I go completely degen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm buying everything. I'm selling. I'm back and forth. But that's where I take everything that I know about price action, and like, dude, I'm hitting like a scalp that lasts for less than 2 seconds. I did say degen. Yeah, I turn into you like an anamorph. You guys remember those books? Apparently, those were like CIA funded or some shit. Do you guys see how price is moving? Quick. Doesn't have a lot to fight with, right? Might have a little bit. I think the only thing I see right now is these wicks. And you'll start slowing down as you approach your target a little bit, but also, if you had or took any of the longs that we just talked about this whole time, also Alex or Ivy, I think clipping this would probably be pretty useful. I have a 99 sure signal. I have 99 sure signal and have powerful scalping strategy. So don't waste your time. Link in bio. Dude, you gotta, Ava, you need to work on your fucking pitches, dude. Could even sell me a paperclip. I hate this song so much. It's the disrupting violin or some shit in the background. Drive me nuts. All right. So the 50% mark holding, but they're also creating empty space as we go. So let's step back. Okay. Sellers control here. And they are trying to pass the baton, just like I said earlier, right? You closed in that wick. You've now entered both those. So it's going to be the structure and floor that you left behind, right? This range, let's see how it performs at 425. But oftentimes these big pops down like this will actually serve as the fuel to fill up the rest of that empty space if we get there. Man, watching the 1 minute teaches a lot. So let me actually explain that a little bit. My strategy is true on every time frame, right? So by studying this, you're studying how price interacts with itself, right? And it's still applicable, right? When you look at the higher time frame. Are they having fun? No. Okay, well, I gotta go out there and finish cleaning up. Yeah, I'll get off here in a second. We're just having a time right now. Turn the whole thing? Why? Sure. Anakin. What room is what? Can a stop loss get blown through? Yeah. It's funny, Tamana, because I actually, yeah, they are saved. Um, Bro, I'm up 289% on a long swing on ARTI bioscientist on a liquidity play off of what I've learned. Dude, let's fucking go. T-Man. Okay, sorry. I got dyslexia. All right, so real quick before I go back into this, listen, do you see this? What's happening right now? Do you see how sellers, this is them trying to establish control. Look at the wicks off of the same mark. So that's going to be that floor that keeps you from dropping here. Oh, do you see that? And again, it's those areas where price tries to get pushed down. If it pops back up, well, that's where you can go up. If it doesn't and you stay below that green candle, because that's what buyers have control of, even if it's small, look at cost basis. Now, it's not traditional cost basis, but the 50% mark of anything is a range and obviously a box that is in my opinion, a pre-set up mechanism that is in place to allow and force price to go higher or lower. But anyway, back to your question, can a stop loss get blown through the news? Yes, of course. That does happen. I am a strong believer that you can see the news. Just like we did on SMCI. We looked at SMCI and I cannot find for the life of me find the fucking clip, the actual clip of me uh in the workshop like saying that this is going to have news, but that's something that due to the fact it had and I'm not going to say that I knew which way it was going to go. I didn't. I just knew it was going to have news. Based on the fact that it had empty space above right here, an empty space below, and it had gone past its average consolidation time, right, by 2. Every single time that SMCI goes sideways, it fucking moves massively. And this had gone, oh my God, dude, we are banking right now. Not yet. UNH, yeah, they are doing their job. 261.77. I want more. I'm a little greedy. I just almost typed in meat. What the fuck? What am I thinking right now? Oh, IWM. All right. Wait, did you just have them? Like, where did you get that? Where did you get those?
Like with four shots in the head. I bought them like you were mentioning. Look at 246. Yes. You should take it as a big.
Wait. Where? Sorry.
You should take it as a big on your own restaurant.
Ah, got you. Um, yeah. Um, no, I do not have. I'm not an insider trader. I promise you guys, I am the least connected individual in this whole space. I have what? Oh, they're talking about SMCI. I don't. They're not being serious. It's okay. Yeah. 245. If you do, this is a range here. You are sitting right there, and price is trying to hold up even above that. But I would suspect that this empty space will be in jeopardy if we do end up breaking down below the green candle here at 245. Iran's response to U.S. peace proposal expected Friday. Oh Lord, you see the price just pop off like that. So real quick before I go any further, do you see the wall? Do you see the wall? That's where it's going to fill up that empty space. Again, you got to be quick. And I'm not. I meant to say this earlier. If you do not, if you're scalping options and you don't have the ability to get in and out, if you are navigating on your phone, you are going to have a fucking hard time. And I say that bad word because I need to emphasize. Do you guys see how price is reacting off of that overhead again? That's what sellers control. So we can say without a doubt that price would resume its journey back up if it hits there. But boy, are sellers stepping up something fierce with that setup. Damn, boy, they just slapped that resistance overhead wildly. So I think they might be able to reach this floor. And honestly, they keep it up, they do their job, then they're gonna get here. And yeah, so buyers are gonna want to fucking step up. I have no idea. There's a low right there on IWM. So stop losses would, again, so I'm not telling you guys this for nothing, right? This right there, had you taken this trade perhaps even on a breakdown, like maybe you even chased the candle, right? And you said, okay, well, I guess I'll stop out at 245. Your stop loss area would be here. Once price is passed, you pass the baton to sellers, and you can see that is why I emphasize that your stop loss should be aligned with structure. I don't need anybody to tell me that price will pop off above 245.47. All right, they're leaking. They're leaking. How many followers do I have? I don't add that stuff up. I've got like 16,000 subscribers on YouTube, 9,000 followers on here or on Instagram. I've got 74,000 followers on my other TikTok account and almost 6,000 on this one. I had 250,000 followers the first TikTok that I made, but I did that. Empty space. Can you call me baby? Can you call me baby? No. Negative. too early. 243? No, not with this bounce. This bounce just healed you. Yeah, this bounce just I gave you some time if that's what you're looking to do. That small pocket of empty space. I was just gonna say you better fucking be in. Yeah, dude, I swear, but I was literally like, yeah, you better fucking yeah. Bam, target slapped. Now you got more empty space inside, and because of how quick and hard they push that down, pause or resume, depending on what you're into. That is also subject if they can pass that baton off. Oop, they left a gap. You're cooked. They left a gap on that candle right there. It's hard to see, but there's a gap right there. So that's going to come back down. Go ahead and do what you want. I would suspect that your next level down will be right here at 244.60. You'd have more if you laid off the politics. Nope. If the cost of getting more followers means that I have to be quiet about a literal genocide, and when I'm sitting around a, you know, depending on how this ends, I'm not super political. I don't think this is politics anymore. It's not politics. When has that ever been a political stance? Yeah, I'm pro G side, or no, I'm not. We shouldn't even be having debates about that. So I don't want to be 90, 80, 60 years old and thinking to myself, yeah, I just watched that happen, but I was just really more concerned about my followers. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it'll sit right. Also, you know, got to teach the kids. So when you say for price action to continue down, it has to retest levels. Why does it have to retest those levels? Because think of it like, so I give the example, and obviously rock climbing in this example is not going to work, but like kind of like climbing up a mountain, right? If let's say, you know, you're climbing fucking Everest, which is stupid, but you know, you're climbing Everest and base camp is here, right? And you start your journey here. If you obviously have enough supplies to make that journey and you make it to the floor, that is where that next base camp is. And that base camp has more supplies, more volume. If you're unable to grab hold of that ledge that gets you to base camp, you have to go get more volume, or you need to go back and you need to restock, and then you can bounce. So when you are unable to break what's in front of you, or you know, that move is ran dry, like even right now, right? You didn't have or don't have enough right now to really fully get that level. So you, here comes that next, I literally said that, or you didn't. So you just reached up to 244.82, right? Didn't have enough here. And at the same time, and because this is going down, I can't use that example as well, but you're also uh, destroying or lowering the orders or buying floors. When you allow price to bounce and you sellers push that right back down, you are pushing or weakening the level that's underneath you. So my final target on UNH, I've got 259.40 and I've got a gap at 257.15 if things get hairy. Do you guys see the bounce? That's disgusting. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I should have done that. Now, if you close inside of these wicks with that big of a push, right, you got empty space back above you. This is sea head energy. Y'all could be taking these bounce levels and I'm giving you like crazy. It's just nuts. Look, you just blew those sellers out of the water. Everything gets touched. You left a gap there. It'd be nice if you touched the wick. Touch the wick. Touch it. Touch it. Touch, 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 touch. Ah! Fill the gap. Wick. Gotta believe the floor. What was the floor right here? I think it's right there. Anyway, this is good shit. When it comes to followers, it's quality over quantity, and Potter has the highest quality following, almost cult-like. I like to think that pretty decent people, I think decent people stick around. You know, a lot of you guys are pretty cool. Mid, decent. I'm just So, I'm pairing this with the workshop. This is more info than a lot of other groups I've been in. Yeah, dude. This is I think even though like even when I teach you guys, this is when it actually matters. For sure. No. It dude, shit. Oh my god, trim that boy off, god damn it. Oh my god. Oh my god, 246.12. And yes, of course, now we need to zoom out into a higher time frame and get a good gander at this right there. Oh, oh, oh. I love that sound on TikTok. That shit fucking makes me laugh. All right, right there. We see 246.16 being that strong overhead resistance, leading us into a pre-market box, which would be right about here. And we'd be looking at 246.90 if you see continuation as they eat that candle up. Oh my God, they ate it right up. Damn, anybody trim? Or was anybody in anything? Highlander. Oh shit, dude, that's fucking nuts, dude. I'm sorry. This shit is. I love. Oh my god, dude. Abolish the IRS. That's okay. That's okay, man. We're here narrating. I can't whisper sweet nothings into your ear if there's nothing sweet to say. Uh, I do think there's more downside actually, although maybe possibly a wick off of that 245.19. I can't afford to pushes, but Highlander, shoot me a DM if you will, please. But me and my daughter are always watching. No, don't say that, man. Don't say that. You're going to be on time. We're finna lock in. Oh, dang. The kids are playing in the bounce house, but so is IWM, bro. What the fuck? You bounce that off of that level. That no, well I sorry, well no you're sorry, you're not wrong. But what was it? Let's see. Okay, so Iran's response to U.S. peace proposals expected Friday. U.S. warns Iran war may delay Ukraine weapon shipments, and Warsh Fed confirmation stalled him in Warsh. Am I saying that right? Warish Fed confirmation stalled amid Iran war and Powell dispute. Kevin Warsh's nomination to replace Jerome Powell as Fed chair remains at a impasse. Sources say Senator Thomas Tillis won't advance Warsh until the DOJ resolves its investigation into Powell's $2.5 billion Fed renovation. Powell may stay on temporarily, potentially blocking Trump's plan for lower rates. Wall Street fears heightened market volatility amid the Iran war. If Fed leadership is uncertain, the White House pushes for swift confirmation, citing Warsh's credentials, but Tillis remains firm, leaving the central bank's future and its response in rising inflation, energy shocks in limbo. Watch right here. Well, zooming back out, it's pretty clear to me on the 5-minute that it's going to be the candle close outside of 246.18 that should trigger fire 246.63 and 247. Now, again, we're looking good on the 30-minute. And again, I'm looking for those same things I just showed you on the 1-minute on here. And I got to get rid of everything. Okay, so points of contact, right? So problem solving, floor, got it. No candle close though. And then this ultimately, all right, that's tough, but I'm going to go ahead. So when I can't really pin it, I'm just going to give you the floor right there. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to give it that floor because you wick off of that floor. So I would say right now, as long as this move holds, and that's what's in question right now, is if this moves hold. And again, this is best case scenario, right? Price pops 246. Price pops 246. We see 246.35 and then 246.67. Now this is mostly empty, so I would say 247 is easy, but if I'm taking this trade, I kind of want that. But I know that it's going to be 247 that's going to give you a little bit of difficulties here. All right, same high that I gave you just a second ago, right there. Now this is mostly empty space, and when we're down here on the 2-minute, 246.40.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, right there. We're gonna look for a pop over that.
Yep.
How many of you guys took UNH? I know some of you guys aren't in that, but I am up very nicely. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, if you got these contracts right now, they're selling for about a $1.20, the 260s on UNH, and it's obviously close enough to go ahead and peel some profit off of those if you haven't already. I will be leaving just a tad more. And if you move down here to the 5-minute with me, hold on. TikTok, I don't know if you guys are in, but yeah, well, somebody could be looking at bouncing this potentially right now. I'm not telling you to do that. You do what the fuck you want. I'm not telling you, not you, but anybody. Floor right there. Yeah, there is a stronger potential right now that over that high at 260.85 that you will pop up. That, of course, would set us up with a 1-2-1-2. And with empty space and a very clear floor up above us that has empty space beyond it, we have a pretty good warning system as to when. Oh yeah, great warning system as to when that would occur. So, what does a wick represent? A wick just represents where price was. Think of it like a snail trail. That's not a great example. I didn't think about that very hard when I thought of it. Kind of though, not really. Actually, not at all. It is literally just where price has been. So price popped up, it hit 261.48, but the candle on that 1-minute closed at 261.26. Not a snail. Oh yeah. Ho ho ho. Am I the only one who's heard that sound? By the way, the long IWM removing of that 246.41 target. I don't know why that shit fucking gets me, dude. All right. Oh, yeah.
I see people made their Tesla when they lock it. That shit, I was laughing my ass off.
That's fucking hilarious. Wicks are market orders. Wicks are just telling you where price has been. He said, okay.
On the other hand, I got 647 quotes from the spy.
There probably is a ton of market orders in the Wicks so when they reject people, but
$647 spies for 21 cents up to 35 cents.
FOMO market orders, yeah. Wicks are snail trails. I was just, yeah, what's going on? Hello? Did you just ding dong ditch me? He did. He ding dong ditched me. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, right? Why did they go back for the gas till 30 seconds?
Why didn't it do what?
It's on this last green run, but it left gas, but it go back.
Where?
There's two little shorties in between the wall, right next to the big red cable, right there.
Right there? That
Well, you got two small cables. Gas.
that was a gap, but it got filled. Price still wicked into it. We just hit that target, by the way, IWM 246.40. So again, look at what. Sorry, dude, I'm here with you. Just give me 1 second. So again, because we are moving so fast, I can move down to the 30-second to see the structure underneath us, what's above, what's below. We got a lot of empty space and a retest level at 245.94 and here. So if price fails, price will bam right down in there, boy. Actually, hold on. I take that back. Wick first, then body. Move your body. But yeah, I do maybe right there. There's like a little gap. So typically, right in a normal setting, yes, you're always going to fill your gaps, and 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to fill those gaps. Occasionally, and this is again not something that I'm always seeing because I'm not always down here. You can fill that gap later on. So. Just really fast snails. Oh shit. I blew my futures account. Yeah, I forgot I had a position left on there. I forgot I'm sitting here trading IWM with options, talking to you guys, and I forgot I took a fucking position on IWM when it was dumping, dude. I was up big on that shit too. Damn. All right, you know what, bud? I'm. How about someone? No, no, I didn't. You said it. I try. Not a taste of my own medicine. Are you? We're about to hit this 246.48. It was just a prop. It was just the eval, guys. I'm not. I'm not blaming you guys. From me, personally, I'm doing it on purpose. I didn't put a stop loss on it. I got distracted. We were moving in the right direction.
were gonna set up a class for stop loss.
I am. I said that less than an hour ago. You guys are being mean. Okay. All right. All of this. All right. I should have told you guys that I blew my account. I guess I could have reset it and lied. Why do you like me when I'm vulnerable, Chad? My God. What is that article that they used to have in fucking People magazine? They're just like us. Celebrities are just like us. Ugh. Yeah, it's filling up the empty space of the upside. I unblew my account just now. I paid 49 bucks and now I've unblown my account. So look how that works, guys. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, that kind of sucks because I passed it yesterday. Or I did the thing yesterday. Oh, beautiful rejection off of my little tippy tap. Like I hit the profit max for yesterday. That's all right. One of us. One of us. Yeah. Yeah, that was.
Tesla, or is that too high?
You said what? Say that number again. Again for me, Poppy.
You know, those 370, 370, 50, 370, 50.
I see. Well, Tesla's gonna pay you regardless, although you're buying on a big pop candle like that. So it's but 360. All I can offer right now, man, is 368 with everything moving the way that it is. All right, watch this retest. Hopefully, right here or here. We're moving quickly, right? That is one way that we can tell that a potential reversal can happen if, right? If price plunges underneath something, right? If it plunges underneath here and then gets trapped, okay, maybe continuation. We got a lot of empty space back down. Otter J Dunn has a prop you can join for $19. I would never give J Dunn a single dime of my money. I don't care if he I don't know. I don't care if he held the keys to heaven.
I think that was your boss for this quarter now.
Do what?
I felt so lost for this quarter with that.
You feel lost in the Discord? Oh, you sounded like it was really hurting you. Oh, dude, yeah, shit. I kind of got a little scared. Watch this right here. Ooh, they're plunging it. They're plunging. Momentary pause. Ooh, good bounce. Now, again, like I just said, if they plunge it down and it gets stuck, then you can keep moving. Damn. It's not much support. This is the last straw right here. I think you might end up going back down to fill this empty space here. Oy.
You know, if it's good news on our end, then they'll say it's bad.
Yeah, all in an effort to keep it propped back up. All right, now that we've passed here, you're likely going to see price try and retest it or even climb back up above it. But you've got a lot of empty space down here, so sometimes rules get blown out of the water in high fear moments. It does. It does. Gotta have Got to have good mental fortitude. Bounce. U.S. expects formal response today from Iran regarding 15 point. They're going to say no. Did Trump offer any of the things that they're asking for?
Nope.
Not bad, Raymond. Guys, I'm going to get off the 30-second. It's going to start getting too fishy here. Okay, 1 minute has you sitting right there, so it definitely looks like an area that you could bounce and flip. Hey, 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 hey.
Buyers thinking a wheel.
Fine, but they just hit the overhead resistance. This is where sellers would step up theoretically. So this is exactly what I was just talking about, right? If you plunge price into something or grab hold of it, you then have the ability to try and control it. I'm going to turn my attention to the cues here. What the fuck is going on with this thing? Okay. Come on, Trump. No, it's Barron, dude. You having fun solving these lower time frame? Yeah, it's like Sudoku or something. Financial goon. Let it happen. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. All right, that's not. Sellers are doing a good job of keeping contained, but every time price goes up here, oh, we are closing in the wicks on this one. Sellers got to step up, or this one's gonna pop. I gotta have it. Candle's not closed. 4 seconds. You literally wicked off of that previously. Baron. Baron. Daddy needs you. Make daddy a propaganda meme. No, I'm hopping in and out right now, brother. I am not in anything but a few runners that I had. Because at this point now we're consolidating inside of a box, so I'm like hanging on to a couple on each side. Let's see if we get in here. My souls were redeemed. Hey, 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 hey. Delicious. Yeah, I'm a little tired right now. I think my brain's starting to crash. We repair this.
like, told me about that, like, back in November. Everything that's really happened.
Yeah, he would be world famous if that was true. He would be world famous. I love it. Did you guys remember when she, I don't know if anybody was in here when she came in my live, but she came in here and she posted I was drawing a parallel channel. So she like dropped a pair of eyes and I was like, "Is that the real Tory Trades?" And she was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Oh, you're a fucking scammer." While she was watching my stream. It was a good feeling. Dude, ain't no stopping in this dirty, filthy ride, nasty little mama. Dude, and I know, dude. I mean, it's shit. It's $6,000 for trend lines, dude. Apparently, I'm not doing this shit right. Nah, I can't.
Another guy trying to be like a scammer, like him.
Yeah.
A wallet, Bolsonaro,
My God. That's dude, Jorge's that's because Jorge's been trying to get me to do that shit forever, bro. Listen, I just don't want to do it, man. It's not about that, man. I could do that shit right now, but there we go. Yeah, I'm waiting for my age to get. I should put the glasses back on, dude. I got more followers when I had glasses on, dude. I swear to God. Probably because they covered up my dark circles just enough. Let's just fucking just give in. Dude, Manny's called me, sometimes because he's like, when you offer somebody the fishing pole, right, or a basket of fish, or a picture of a basket of fish in this case, uh, people go after the basket, and that is the 90%. And Manny has, so like, yeah, if you want to build something off of, obviously we have something that works. I have something that I'm proud of. I put a lot of work into building this, strategy and Discord and environment, all that good shit. And Manny's been like, it doesn't, we're not making millions. We're not even making, hundreds of thousands, like it's like Ivy and Alex get paid, and sometimes there's enough to chip off some extra. But Manny's called me before because he's in Miami and he sees, and to me it's like a bit right, but he's been like, dude, what are we doing? And I'm like, bro, listen, it is going to be worth it because you see what happens to TJR. You see what happens to all of these traders. They all hit the same wall because you're selling something that doesn't work. And that's just it. It just doesn't work. Or you're selling your broken understanding of it and you just look good. You just have drip. You know what I mean? And Drent is rippable or rentable. So it's like I heard you can charge 1K per monitor you have. That's fucking nuts, dude. I feel like if I just keep doing what I do, right? And look at what the Discord is now. You know, we still go through seasons and stuff like that, and every once in a while a mutiny happens, but the Discord in itself is built up to be something that I think only changes or grows into something more formidable. You know, there's who's to say we don't change platforms and we have a more organized uh, platform where scalpers and swing traders and everybody is kind of not secluded but compartmentalized. So, oh shit. Okay, nice hold at 246 here. But oh my god, why are we getting so many scammers? Yo, look at how your face lit up when Jorge spoke. Definitely a Michael Kevin link. Nah, dude, you get it the fuck out. Nah, there was no face. There was no face. Go check the tape. Go check the tape, dude. That never happened. Nah, he meant to say Jorge. Or not Kevin. You know what I'm talking about. I think we're gonna fall on the cues here. Yeah.
I think Steve on J-Dubs tattoos. But it's supposed to be live stream.
I did see that. Yeah. Yeah, that's just it was really, really good, but it is disturbing to see that dude's body in my Discord. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. But yeah, no, that was amazing. I was losing my shit on it. Ah, I won, man. Work at JT. No. Yeah, and I mean at this point, with the Discord and stuff like that, I mean, if it didn't grow anymore from here, I'm fine with it. You know, I like what we have here. I've told Manny that before. I like the way the Discord is set up now with the people that we have in here, how people kind of group together and work together, and do Sunday charting together. So, ouch. Please buy my Discord, Justin. Please no. And if you're talking about my Discord, I actively tell people not to buy my Discord and to go to my YouTube channel and look at my shit for free and make an educated decision or watch my streams until they can make the money. And if they want to, at that point, they can either choose to keep doing it on their own and keep watching my streams, or they can join my Discord. But that's the hope, is that profitable people or people who have a great understanding of my strategy join. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, the fucking scammers today are crazy. Water? 5 bills. That's literally the cost of the workshop, Jazane. Justin, you clearly have been scammed by somebody, dude. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. Oh my god, beautiful. Oh my god, IWM is so pretty right now. Moving the way it's moving through empty space. Watch this, Mark, though. Come on. You sell Potter water? I don't have that sort of level of fame, brother. What are you doing, NQ? Yeah, it is. NQ's not. So IWM is moving. Yeah, RTY is moving so much better than everything else. I do see a bounce coming right. Yep, there it is. Gap. Watch a retest fill right there. Anybody ever hit RTY with like 5 contracts, dude? That shit slaps. No? Okay. Just me. All right. You know what, bud? You know, you have a website? Yeah. Link in my bio, my bye. Man, it's got some shit to do. Oh, look at it. Look at it go. And it's going to come back. Ask is at the floor. Yeah. Hold on. Rogue, hold my. Get the water going and let the dark down. Yeah, we're going to have fun out there. Give me a minute. Hey, what do you guys want to eat? Hot dogs. You don't know? All right, well, now you have to wait till dinner. What do you want for dinner? What do you want for dinner, Ale? You don't know either? All right, I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. All right. I'm just messing with you. Saving my eval right now, down 3,000, made 1,000 back. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude. Yes, dude. Yes, yes. Bury me before I'm a burden. Don't bury me till. I can't say that word. Where's Stelio at? He usually kills me right there. All right. Might see let's take a look at the higher time frame, guys. Let's take a peek at what we got. Oh. Now, if it's 12 o'clock on the dot, ooh, nasty wick. See, that could turn into a box right here. But I tell you what, the RTY has got room to die. Do I have a Potter playlist? You mean like my music that I'm listening to right now? Oh, come on, you little shit. Dude, why is NQ dude, yeah, I get why you guys people suck or NQ sucks the life out of people, bro. Although it has a really good short down here. Oh, that would be delicious. Yeah, I have a music playlist. If you go to my page, you'll see a playlist that it actually says AO. That's my son's playlist, but he just has all of most of the songs that I have. There's some that he can't listen to yet, so he gets so mad at me though. Not mad, he just gets like because I told him he couldn't listen to Slipknot. I was like, we don't need that at 11 years old. No Slipknot, not yet. Some Slipknot. A few songs I let him listen to, but I'm not letting him dive into an album right now. Yeah, but dude, I love how much he loves music, man. I think he already has a cool ass name, like AO, AEO. So it's like he's already got like the foundation. I do like some Slipknot songs, yeah. Say goodbye to someone you love. Okay, so your next overhead move will be over that 23.55.9 mark. You know what I need to do, Zevo? I need to get my watch list of all ETFs back up together. I don't know why I don't have that. I need to do that.
Yeah, I keep them all in one spot.
Will you just send me them then? So I don't have to do it? Yeah, I don't know why, when and where I got rid of that, but my head hurts. Oh, I just bounced that candle, dude. Should see what I'm doing to these 30-second candles, Ebo.
What are you doing, diddling them?
I am the 30-second candle diddler, dude. Give me that fresh candle. Funny enough, as good of a day trading opportunity as we are technically in range and perfectly capable of building a box right here. I mean,
Grand Theft Auto 6 is locked to come out in November.
yeah. Iran warns of attacks on steel plants in Gulf. Dollar yen hits 160, first time since July 2024. Oh, dude, last night I fell asleep with a Zen in, dude. A 12 milligram Zen.
That's crazy.
I woke up this morning, dude. I was like, damn. Like I felt like it was so hard to get up. And my cheek, inside of my cheek felt like it was like cheese. Dude, I don't know, dude. It was like I had like skin. It was awful. I woke up with a nice little buzz though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, is anybody in UNH? Anybody in UNH? Anybody in UNH? No. All right. Well, I'm up a lot. So I mean, what's to say I'm not just mainlanding it, banging it, dude. I'm banging that shit. 50 milligrams, dude. I'm fucking slouched like I'm in Baltimore, bro. Is your stomach good? Are you good, tummy? Yeah, it's good. I kind of always wanted to go, man. I've never gotten to go. Real. Oh, Baltimore is where I build balls, big balls in Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore. Hell yeah, dude. Let me borrow your couch. Yo, what if I went on wait. What if I went on a couch hopping tour? Instead of going to Marriott's, what if you want me to nah, one of you guys is gonna poison me. Never mind.
Respectfully, you're
Hey yo, he said I'm way too old.
looking out for your body.
Nah, I should not.
You'd make it to like 2 stops and be like, fuck this.
Nah, I'd make it to 2 stops and I'd be in a shipping container on my way to Indonesia. How old is bro? Bro is 33 years old. Yeah, but hey, I'm not 40. Why there's a 40-year-old on my couch? Wait, is nobody in UNH for real, dude? Not even a runner? Anybody? Yeah. Aw.
Crazy.
Dude, I'm up. I just turned the rest of those contracts. I only had $490 worth of the contracts left. And excuse me, $420 of the contracts left. That's damn near it's fucking $1,600 basically right now. You got out for a loss, Blake? Why? This morning? Bro, you're way too zoomed in. Yeah, but I got the contracts for today. I have contracts for today on UNH. 300%. Did I talk about UNH in the AM? Yeah, I did. I believe you can go back on YouTube and check me out. I did say that we opened up underneath the wicks. It actually, yeah, I did. I said that it looked good for the short. You were asleep? Holy shit, dude. UNH is dumping. Holy fuck. All right, we're heading to the wick. I gotta go ahead and get out. All right, 3/4 left of these contracts gone.
Yeah, you see the 30-second on the cues?
What do you mean? Do I see the 30-second on the cues? How about?
Did it just fucking plummet?
How about? Oh my god, I profited off of that. Oh yeah. Yes, I am watching it. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in IWM. Not gonna lie to you. Also, oh, come on, man. Dude, I was this close, guys. I shorted. I'm just gonna hurt. You know what? I just want to feel bad. I shorted it right here on that candle, and then took profit the next day, dude, because I was too fucking busy to watch. What's my IWM target? Jesus Christ! Oh my god! I just flushed UNH just flushed the wick. That's 400%. Fuck off. My IWM target, which now is actually a feasible option, is 243 to the downside. And that is, again, I want to make sure that, and this could, I mean, I'd love to set this up as a swing. 242 right here. Pretty simple. It actually is very straightforward setup to the downside. So if you are looking at that, maybe a little bit of expiration, right? To be able to navigate these bumpy ass waters. I'm in him shorting, looking for 1933 as a target. Ooh, tap, tap, tap. Where are we at? No shit, you're at the channel. Throw that channel in the trash. We don't need it. 1950. 1943. That is the next. That is you can't ignore that structure right there. Yeah, I know we're tanking right now. Nice little dumpies. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, I forgot I left that order up. Ha.
Crazy, you can see that on the 30-second.
Dude, I'm telling you what, bro. There's something to it. All right, I'm on to something. No shit, dude. Y'all, UNH crashing 500 fucking % on these runners. You got to leave runners, guys. I'm sad.
To get in?
All right. Ivy, let's get a 30-year ban on this guy. It is about to gap fill, actually. I'll be back. Don't get too excited if this is happening really fast, right? Let's see. Hold on. I don't know. That feels more like a punch down, but so this is cost basis. Dan Potter, are you banning me? I banned you. What are you talking about? Is someone speaking? I don't think so. Hey, 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 hey. Dude, you can set these trades up to get fill. You took profit at the open? Why? You guys got to talk to me. Why? Oh, I'm heartbroken now, dude. Because it pop. Yo, remember this morning though? I mean, I maybe I do need to chastise, but I said this morning literally over that high. That high is where, okay, yeah, we could go ahead and cut it loose. But as long as it didn't break that overhead high, and it didn't, you hit take profit on open. I was referring to Tesla when I said that. Yeah. Ass crack. Look at this, dude. Look at this. Look at it, Zebo. He's trying to grab onto the floor. Overhead. And it's just a range, but it's still 50%. That shit's nuts. I know. I know.
Volume for you.
Yeah, I need.
That's probably just like 30 seconds how it goes.
I know. I looked at my P&L though. I won't make that mistake again. I lost 100 instead of making 1,200. Nah, second hand. Not very often, man. Damn, my cat snores a lot now. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, my bad. I'm gonna go to lunch, guys. I gotta eat, and then I also my kids are home, so I want to go hang out with them a little bit. There's some good trades though, possibly. Hey, 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 hey.
Ooh,
What? Uh huh.
we want this 560, my brother. And then maybe we'll still move after that.
Damn. What's up? Good morning. Good afternoon. Oh shit! I just clicked on it again. Mm-hmm. No. Hello. You're leaving a gap behind. We do have empty space all the way here at 560, 660. if this low doesn't hold support. Oh. No, I have no videos or instructional videos on me trading futures. My strategy works for it very clearly, but I have never recorded any content with that in mind. I think 566 or 567.30 right here, if you can clear the wick. Yeah, future, maybe. I think this is also probably a Tory trend line trade. No, just kidding. Sorry. Yeah, Iran hacked his emails, dude. IWM about to rip. It is sitting on a 24-hour floor, but I mean, this would be a great place for them to drop news on us. Be a fucking great place to shoot this fucker back up. Maybe chop it up a little bit more. And then bam, right up to 570 to ruin everybody's day. That looks a little sketchy.
Got it.
Yes, Poppy.
Okay. So just in my defense, right? But I feel I'm getting better with understanding levels, right? I had quite a few trades that were open, and this week was more supposed to be like less amount of trading, more amount of observing and understanding, right?
Yeah.
Still ended up taking a few trades. I wanted to end positive, have a positive week because last week I didn't do quite well. So I know I need to do better with like taking profits and like understanding like the TP levels, but I kind of have to um, like approach this like slowly, right? Like because I think with all of whatever I'm doing, there's been a learning for me. Yes, yeah. So while I know it's not what you want to hear, but I just hope I can. I feel I'm getting better at it. So
It's a process, man. Yeah, it's a
like I struggle with quite a few of all what you've said, right? Like throughout, like having a large account, all of those kind of things. Sometimes it's curbing the urges. So like I think someone's put around think buying lifted like $4, right? I'm converting that to like profit. So it's what I'm feeling good about is the fact that I feel I'm seeing these plays a lot more.
Yeah.
And seeing the mistakes I was doing, like not following, your first basic rule, right? Is there empty space?
Yeah.
At the time, the charts that I've posted have been like there's empty space, but there's a lot of structure in the field. And so even though I had the right play in mind, I was just getting into a lot of these plays that would, would work, but would just work after a lot of time. So I'm seeing all those now. And I know there'll be other opportunities. So that's the reason why I kind of, when you say I took profit, is just so that I can like come back and find something different because there will be something else that I done nicely. So
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, don't again, it's I'm glad you're being accountable and stuff like that, but this is each time we get frustrated and then we find a solution or come to a conclusion that this isn't for us, or we're not going to do things this way, or we're not going to do things that way. That's a step in the right direction. And that's, again, utilizing every single, like, just because something doesn't go our way doesn't mean we're not learning or we're not provided with an opportunity, or even an edge on how we're going to perform or what environment we need to be putting ourselves in, or what we're not looking over, or maybe or not we're trading without a plan, or even our identification of what trades that we're trying to get into is just not great. I'm about to go eat lunch here in a second. I'm trying not to get into a trade right now, but I'm watching the cues. Uh-oh. We got that empty space down here. If we do break the floor here, but we are fucking around with this. This would be a great place to say something. Johnson not planning on DHS bill. Rubio request from G6. Rubio did not ask G7 to contribute ships to clear Strait of Hormuz now, but asked them. Don't we have like underwater fucking robots and shit that could go and clear mines? Am I tripping? Ugh, disgusting. Damn, that was look at that level. Look at that shit, my butt. See, look at the 30 seconds, Evo. Look at it with your eyes. Yeah, why do I look like a little baby? What do you make me look like a baby? I'm on just following X Walter Bloomberg. Best Friday in a hot minute. I know. I'm trying to stay. I'm so hungry and my kids are home. Trying to grab some stacks. Got one in the way. Amazon's here. Amazon just pulled up. Let's look at Amazon. It's a sign. Oh my god. Wow. Looks terrible. Actually, there's a punchback in a pocket of a 30-second empty space. I'm going to stop looking at this. This is stupid. Yeah, you're chopping like crazy. I don't know. All right. 1 second. TikTok, YouTube. I am out. I'll might be able to hop on here at the end of the day. That discount for the workshop and the Discord is still available. Ivy's left it up. A couple of people were saying, please hold on, wait, Friday. So just throwing that out there. If you want to learn my shit, if you want to learn how to be able to do this or just be inside of the Discord with me, cool. That's what that's there for. If not, you can go to my YouTube channel. I do not have all the videos posted right now, but I will have those up shortly. But there's still a lot of good information there if you don't want to. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the Discord or at 2:30 if I can hop back on. That was a good time. Good time, my bye. All right. You guys have a great evening. Good afternoon. GG's.